farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell.
The ultimate farmer.
Damn, dude. I've just had this horrible dream that Brock Lesnar lost his Universal Championship. Ridiculous. What? What am I looking at? Give Lesnar his championship back. Give Lesnar his championship back. Say it with me, people. Lesnar wasn't ready. Lesnar wasn't ready. Give Lesnar his championship back. Was WWE SummerSlam 2019 a good pay-per-view? Yes and no, because it was definitely a good pay-per-view, but not SummerSlam worthy. Out of every championship on that card, Universal title is the one that changed hands, really? Are you serious, Rollins? I remember I've said something on Twitter like, Seth Rollins should lose in few seconds, and that didn't happen. Unfortunately, the Ultimate Farmer era is over, people. I want you to say it with me. As tough as it is, the Ultimate Farmer era is over. It is over, people. And maybe, you know what, maybe I wasn't ready for that. Maybe I was not ready for that yet. But this is something that we are gonna have to live with. So let's start with the Kickoff Show. A very long 2-hour Kickoff Show of people talking. I was not a fan. However, we still got a bunch of matches like the Cruiserweight Championship, but I didn't really care. We also got Buddy Murphy defeating Apollo Crews by disqualification because Eric Rowan interfered, and I guess that was his revenge of, Buddy snitching on Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan to Roman Reigns. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeated the Iconics to retain the Women's Tag Team Championships. So it was pretty irrelevant and I didn't even waste my time. I skipped most of it because I didn't watch the pay-per-view live. Now, I've heard bad things about the WWE Network. First of all, on TV, you can barely skip anything and it takes like 20 minutes to get to the point. If I've seen something and something bad happened, I need to replay the pay-per-view, I have to skip for like 10-15 minutes. And I heard that it's been glitching all night and it was freezing. Even right now when you watch it on PC, the audio is delayed and it's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm not a fan of this new WWE Network. And by the way, people, totally forgot about that one. We got Elias concert. He's talking crap about Toronto. You think you know me. Yes, Edge. Edge is right here. My boy Edge, the Rated R superstar, is in the WWE in 2019, and hear me out. We got Spear. That was the first time we seen Edge getting physical after he retired. Spear. And it looked pretty clean. Wow. That was possibly the best thing about this whole pay-per-view. So the pay-per-view started with Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Yeah, I didn't care about the rivalry, I didn't care about the match. Natalya came out with the Canada flag, so yay, that didn't help either because most people were actually rooting for Becky Lynch. Although in the middle of the match, the mood changed because for some reason people were really into Natalya. It wasn't a bad match, it was pretty enjoyable, but like I've said, I didn't care. It's pretty obvious that Natalya is not gonna win the championship. It's way too obvious. But, she tapped out to Becky Lynch and that was it. A decent opening, but I wouldn't put that match at the beginning of the pay-per-view. Definitely wasn't that type of match that would get me excited for the pay-per-view, And then we got Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. That was actually better than expected, I'm not gonna lie. So Goldberg comes out, we are about to get a match, super kick. And he kicks out at one, that was ridiculous, like that's a finisher, Goldberg, that's a finisher. We got another super kick and then we got a 2 count. Ziggler tells Goldberg to get up and Goldberg does get up and immediately spears Dolph Ziggler. That looked nasty. And then we got a jackhammer for the 3 count. Goldberg is the winner of the match. I was shocked. I was like, Ziggler versus Goldberg? Yeah, this is definitely not a match to clean up the crap from Goldberg versus The Undertaker. Nah, Ziggler is winning this one. Anyway, so Goldberg wins. After the match, Ziggler wants more. So he got that. He got exactly that. And then he wanted more. And yes, he got more. I don't know what it actually achieved. It either made Dolph Ziggler look stupid and weak, or it made him look like a bit of a badass because he's not afraid of Goldberg and he wants more. I don't know how to feel about that. But that was probably the way to do it if you want Goldberg to win the match. So, in a way, WWE do trust Dolph Ziggler because, I mean, that was the whole point, to fix Goldberg's legacy. But that was better than expected. Like, once he super kicked him, I was like, what am I watching? What am I watching? It's not a spear, jackhammer, and a free count? Wow. So that was better than expected, and definitely the highlight of the show. We got AJ Styles versus Ricochet in a very entertaining match. Like, this is not a human being. Let's talk about Ricochet's attire. Yeah, not the best choice. Not the best choice. You know, I'm not a wrestler. I'm Batman. I don't know. I hope that it was just a pay-per-view attire because that's something I definitely don't want to see on Monday night or the next day. Very good match. Like I've said, AJ Styles versus Ricochet, always entertaining. It didn't have a stipulation, but somehow, some way, they found a way to make it entertaining. So, anyway, the finish was absolutely unbelievable as well. We were supposed to get a 450 splash, but AJ Styles catches him and turns it into a Styles Clash. And he wins the match. In my opinion, Ricochet should have won the match because it's SummerSlam, you know, a babyface, an underdog, finally winning back his United States Championship. But that didn't happen. Although I gotta say, the finish, you know, it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. But I mean, Ricochet still has to regain the championship, right? It cannot end right here. So maybe we're gonna get some type of 6-man rivalry. I'm not quite sure, but I'm definitely waiting to see who's gonna be AJ Styles' next challenger. And then we got Bayley versus Ember Moon. It was sad to watch because in my opinion it was better than Natalya versus Becky Lynch, but people didn't care. People didn't care at all. They were singing random songs in the middle of the match, even though the match was actually pretty good in my opinion. It was actually pretty good. The problem is, like I've said multiple times, Ember Moon was booked horribly. Like, she didn't even want the number 1 contenders match, it was given to her, and she lost all the matches that she was in after she won, well, she was announced as the number 1 contender. Like, someone backstage really doesn't like her, and the crowd reacted, you know, just the same. But it was a pretty good match, and we got a belly-to-belly suplex on Ember Moon off the top rope, and, you know, Bayley won the match with a 3 count. So, she's still our women's champion. I don't really think that Ember Moon is gonna get another championship title match anytime soon, unfortunately. We got Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens, and that was really overbooked. Elias was a special guest enforcer, and he kept interrupting whenever Kevin Owens was about to win the match. During the match, Elias gave Kevin Owens a steel chair, and he really wanted to hit Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon even asked for it because, you know, if he hits Shane McMahon, he gets disqualified, he has to quit the WWE. But that didn't happen. Kevin Owens was smarter than that, and at the end of the match, the referee throws the chair out the ringside, but he doesn't see what's behind him. So Kevin Owens hits a low blow on Shane McMahon, and then a stunner for the 3 count. So that was pretty, you know, obvious, pretty predictable. Like I've said, that's the only reason why there was not a Shane McMahon has to lose, has to quit the WWE stipulation. Like, it was supposed to be an important match, but then again, it really wasn't, you know, because you already know that Kevin Owens is gonna win the match, because if he wins the match, nothing happens. If he loses the match, he has to quit the WWE. Very unpredictable. So, again, Shane McMahon on television, more Shane McMahon. That's all that it was. It achieved absolutely nothing, although I gotta say it was not bad, you know, we got some entertaining moments, but I definitely don't want to see this rivalry again. We got Charlotte versus Trish Stratus. I was shocked, I gotta be honest. I've said that multiple times that it's not gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a legend versus a current big star, and we are happy to see them together in a ring. Wow. That was an unbelievable match. I didn't know that Trish Stratus is such a great wrestler. I had no idea. So that was pretty entertaining. We got some pretty, you know, brutal bumps, if I'm being honest. I was shocked by that, and she can still go, but that was her last match, I think so. The crowd were really into it. Like I've said, we got a bunch of cool moments, but Charlotte bridges the figure 4 and Trish Stratus taps out. After the match, Trish basically, you know, says goodbye to the WWE Universe, I think. She did her pose on the 3 corners but forgot about this one, so she had to come back and do it again. But yeah, that was it. That was honestly the perfect goodbye match, perfect retirement match. So that was possibly the most shocking thing during the night. This was an unbelievable match. Like, I was honestly very entertained, and out of every women's match we got on the card, that was the best one in my opinion. Bret Hart wishes Seth Rollins good luck in his match and even shakes his hand. We all know history between Seth Rollins and Bret Hart. Bret Hart basically in the past heavily criticized Seth Rollins for injuring, people like Finn Balor, Sting. So it was kind of a cool moment in my opinion. And then we got Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Very good match. Loved it. Randy Orton was swearing like half the match. I don't know what happened, but he was very angry at some points, and at some points he was laughing. And boy, look at that RKO. That was a thing of beauty. After he hit the RKO, he was laughing again. I don't know what happened with Randy, but that was really entertaining to watch. But then this happened. So basically, Randy Orton was counting Kofi Kingston's family, and the referee counted them out. Why? And of course we got the BS chants. And I understand, because I was like, okay, I want Randy to win, but if Kofi wins the match, fine. We want fair finishes. This is not capital punishment. This is SummerSlam. This is supposed to be our second WrestleMania. So, like, I'm happy that this rivalry is definitely continuing right now, and I believe at one point Randy is gonna win the championship. But then again, like I've said, it wouldn't hurt if someone actually won the match. So anyway, after the match, Kofi Kingston destroys Randy Orton with a kendo stick. And this is supposed to be an emotional, cool moment. Everyone is happy, but nobody was. Because people were booing Kofi Kingston, and that was probably the first time. And I understand how crowd probably felt about it, because I was pissed, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was really into the match, and then they were like, nope, later at Capital Punishment Balls of Fire. We got Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. Okay, that entrance, dude, that entrance, that was unbelievable. Like, I've seen this and I was like, is he not wearing a mask? What's happening right here? And then I've realized that this is basically whatever it was, but that was Bray Wyatt's face. And that's crazy, I didn't expect to see something like that in today's WWE. That was pretty good. The theme song is basically a remix of his previous theme song. It's a bit more creepy. Liked it. Everything about the entrance was perfect. But then the match starts. He looks strong, I'm not gonna lie, everything is fine, but I was like, okay, this match is gonna last 20-30 seconds. No, it lasted for like 4-5 minutes or something like that, maybe 3. And at one point, Bray Wyatt even got his booty whipped. Yes, I'm not even kidding. But then he catches Finn Balor and gives him the mandible claw. So that was good, Bray Wyatt winning the match, pretty obvious, wouldn't make sense to have it any other way. I hope that Demon Balor is not gonna defeat Bray Wyatt, because I'm pretty sure that's already a plan. So everything was perfect about the entrance, the way he looked, the way it ended. But it needed to be so much shorter, because now you basically humanized Bray Wyatt for me. I wanted him to be this creepy guy, and in the middle of the match you see the lights going out, basically crazy stuff is happening all over the place. But once you seen him wrestle, it was all just normal. And I was expecting something different, Finn Balor should have lost in like 30 seconds. I don't care. But let's not get all negative, because like I've said, it was unbelievable. I liked every single thing about it except the actual match. And then the lights go out again and we hear Bray Wyatt laughing. And then a spotlight hits on Bray and he looks into the camera all creepy. So don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I'm saying that it needed to be a bit different when it comes to the match. Like I've said, you made him look too normal. I know it may sound crazy, but I hope you understand my point. And then we got Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Surprisingly, it was not a squash match, and surprisingly, Brock Lesnar didn't retain. It was a pretty long match, and we got a few cool spots. The match was very good, I'm not gonna lie. The only negative is we've already seen it, so we didn't really care. But Frog Splash on the announce table was absolutely unbelievable, and the finish was also pretty nice. Brock looks for the F5, but Seth Rollins escapes. He hits a super kick and follows up with the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3, we have the new Universal Champion. Fireworks, yay! I mean, it told a good story. Seth Rollins got beaten up every single week, but he promised that he is going to win the championship. And he did. Good stuff. He looked strong, but you know, I don't really want to see Seth Rollins as Universal Champion. I believe that his Universal Championship title reign was really bad. And maybe that's because he was facing Baron Corbin the whole time, but it was really bad. And Seth Rollins at this point needs to turn heel. So, very good pay-per-view. I'm just saying that it didn't really feel SummerSlam worthy. But then again, it was better than last year, so I'm pretty confused. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it in the middle? Let me know in the comments below because, like I've said, I'm pretty confused. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support the channel, make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Amino, where I'll post a lot of videos. I've already posted a new one, so make sure to check that out. Thank you very much. And as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.